Hey friends, it's Pastor Rick from Metamora United Church in Metamora, Indiana with our Friday Minute. Well, those of you that have known me for a long time know that I am a hardcore Trekkie. I love Star Trek in all of its forms, from the original series up to the very latest. And I'm a big fan of Leonard Nimoy as a person, a very spiritual man in the Jewish tradition. I do a fair amount of reading about his life and his writings. Just a fascinating individual, and I love when he writes and talks about spirituality from his perspective. And the Jewish perspective tends to use a lot more imagery than we do, and that really resonates well with me because I'm a very visual kind of a person. This is a quote I want to talk just for a moment about today. He says, talking about our daily walk, our daily lives, he says, "I'm touched by the idea that when we do things that are useful and helpful to others, we are collecting shards of spirituality. We are bringing about healing." And I love that phrase, collecting shards of spirituality. We were in Florida this winter, and I loved walking along the beach and picking up little things and kind of examining them. And that's the picture this quote puts in my head. And it's something I think that bears thinking about. You know, when we ask somebody, tell me about your Christian walk, tell me about your Christian faith, they may say, "I became a Christian on such and such a date," and that's the end of it. Well, that's not really accurate. That's only the beginning of it. Becoming a Christian, in many ways, is not a one-time event. It's not one and done, but it's a daily, hourly, minute-by-minute thing. And that's talked about over and over in the New Testament. I just want to read a couple of verses. First, out of Hebrews, in verse 16, he is talking to the church. He says, "Don't forget to do good and to share with others, for with such sacrifice God is pleased." And then we go over to the book of James, and one of my favorite passages. I talk about this passage a lot because it just resonates so deeply with me. "What good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith but no deeds? Can such faith save them? Suppose a brother or sister is without clothes or without their daily food. If you say to them, 'Go in peace, keep warm and be fed,' but does nothing about their physical needs, what good is that? In the same way, faith by itself, if it is not accompanied by action, is dead." You know, every day when we serve in some simple way, we are collecting these shards of spirituality that Leonard Nimoy writes so much about. So let me encourage you as we go into the weekend, go seek, serve, and collect some shards of spirituality. Have a great weekend, everybody.